Welcome, great people of Biafra. Today it shall be like a documentary. We shall do something like a documentary. The video you are seeing on your screen is coming from Akko in Okigwe state of Biafra land. You are witnessing the carnage done by the Nigerian military. You are witnessing the destruction of properties done by the Nigerian military in Akko community in Okigwe state. We are going to explain from the beginning what led to some of these things and why these things happen this way, and the reason why you must avoid the Nigerian military in your community. You must avoid them in your communities. Now, from the beginning, when it all started, there was cases of incessant kidnappings in Okigwe. Recall the priests, the Methodist prelate that was kidnapped in Okigwe. Recall his ordeal and what he said, that where he was kidnapped was just a kilometer away from the military, and where they were even, having a view of the military from where they were. Why is it impossible for the military to save them? That question is for you. The military was close where they were, but yet they could not save them. Another person came out to give his own testimony that these people who kidnapped his uncle asked him to go and drop the ransom close to a military checkpoint. And he went and deposited that ransom close to a military checkpoint. And the military saw him dropping it there. They didn't do anything. They even aided him with a bike or a transportation means to leave the place. And he left. How then did those kidnappers manage to collect that money? I want you to be putting these things in order. If they are not working with the Nigerian military directly, how is it possible that these people are using the Nigerian military as shield to be able to foment this kind of evil against the innocent people of Okigwe community? They went further. It was information got to us that people in Abia State University and the environs and those areas, that kidnappings were going on. Even students were kidnapped, lecturers were kidnapped, many people were kidnapped, and it became as though it was a daily business. That kidnapping was a daily business, and people became afraid to even access the university. Those of you who are aware, you know these things we are talking about, because these informations, we are getting it from the people directly on ground. And you are going to hear from this man. After I have made my statement, you are going to hear from this man, hear what is happening, and hear what the encounter he had with the military when they came to destroy this community. Now, these incessant kidnappings in the presence of the Nigerian military and police led the men of the Biafra Navy to come into Akko community to, provide security for that community. The community, the Biafra army headed by Commander Gento. And so Commander Gento began, after careful examination of what was happening there, began to, ensure that the men of the Nigerian army and police were engaged ruthlessly to ensure that they leave those areas, because they were providing cover for these kidnappers. They were providing cover for these kidnappers. I want you to follow me as I explain and, demystify what was happening in Okigwe. So immediately the men of the Biafra Liberation Army, headed by Commander Gento, began his activities and began to confront the military and police in that vicinity, in that state, Okigwe state. The whole kidnappings and everything dropped down immediately, drastically. It dropped down drastically. That is to show you that the backbone of the kidnappers have been broken. And so they didn't have that strength. They didn't have that courage to come out again to ferment their evil. What did they do? When they now notice that their source of income has been heavily threatened and stopped, they now, through their heads, brought in all their armory, both their fighter jet, both their land military, both their armor tanks, everything they brought in to challenge the men of the Biafra army. And they have been coming, and these men of the Biafra army have been defending that particular area and, giving them woto on a daily basis. Up until 1 week ago or thereabout, where Commander Gentle and his men, when these people came in, Commander Gentle and his men were nowhere to be found. They came in their numbers. They came in multiple. They came in, just they wanted to shake the community. And they discovered that Gentle was nowhere to be found. What did they do? Instead of them to continue to find where they can meet Gentle, they began to destroy the houses and livelihoods of innocent people in that community. They began to destroy their properties, which is the video you are seeing. They began to destroy their properties. Now I want you to listen to what this man has to say about his encounter with the Nigerian army. Listen.
The best. Igbo kandiku.
Igbo.
Ikalele.
Nkanele. Iwonye lebe.
Onyako.
Ele ihe mere nụ. Ụlọ ahụrụ m na-agbara ya ọkụ. Maka nwanne gị nwoke. Ele ihe mere nụ.
Ebucha ihe nọ. Ebucha property nọ.
Ndị army Nigeria. Ebucha.
Ọkwa ndị Igbo.
Ebuchara property ndị Nigeria.
Ebucha property.
Ele ihe agwara gị.
Ajụrụ ha m ihe m eji mgbe ọsọ. Mụ chacha ahụ adị m. Chọọ ihe m eji mgbe ọsọ. Ha jụọ m ụmụ enweghị ụmụnne. Mụ chiche nwere m ụmụnne chi anọcha ọha anya. Mgbe ha kpọrọ m asha. Nchala ha kpọ m asha ma ndị na Amerịka ma ndị nọ Lagos. Isi Lagos bịa ebe a bịa kpọrọ mmadụ. Ọ dị izi. So mụ na ha mere argument nnukwu too much. Ha bịa jụọ m Gentle. Mụ cha nwa m onye a na-akpọ Gentle. Onye nke ọdọ jụọ m Ifeanyị. Mụ nke otu o mere obodo anyị. Mụ jụọ na achị Gentle ọ ya wụ onye isi anyị wee ji eji. Asha ha m nke. Ọ dị ka bekee ha dịkwa sọ. Masha ha aga m zukuu. Otu mụ na ha ji mega.
But I mechara bụ ụlọ ọkụ bụrụ properties gị.
Eburu ha property bụ ụlọ ọkụ. Nke nwanne m nwoke nke obere nke dị m mkpata ụmụ ọchị. Mana ka ma ewecha ihe ha laikiri ebe a. And ahụ ngana ka ha ji mere
Gabi.
Plus ụlọ nwanne nwoke nke ọdọ ka isi ọha ebe. Amakwanụ mgbe ha wetara katapila bịa kide aga maka abachara mba ha tinye anya.
Ndị mmadụ anaghị n'obodo, ndị obodo na-agbawụsịzi agbawụsị. Akwụnụ na-ahụ ya ma ndị na-akpọta ndị amị n'obodo ha si n'ọka kacha mma.
Ma m chi ndị ụlọ anyị aka ha nọ. Ọnya ha ji chi mafụchapụ. Maka ma ahụ nweta ụlọ anyị ha nwere ike ha agbanwe. Ọnya ha ji chi mafụchapụ.
Lee ụlọ dị man. Ụlọ ya agbagodiri ọkụ, ọ nwezighị ụlọ nga obi na ya wụ ụlọ nwanne ya nwoke.
Now, from what this man said, he said he was around when the Nigerian military came. He was there in the community. That they stole all his property. You can, agree with me that the statement of Kemi Badenoch is not false. The statement of the conservative leader Kemi Badenoch is not false. Because this man confirmed in his statement here that they stole all his properties. They destroyed his house and stole all the properties. What is the fault of this old man? What has this old man committed? Nothing. But they stole all his properties. That is to tell you that they are criminals. That is exactly what Kemi Badenoch said, that her brother's phone and shoes were stolen by the Nigerian police it is never a disservice. It is the truth. And when we start saying the truth, things can begin to change. People can begin to understand the predicament of every Nigerian in Nigeria. Of course, we are Biafrans and not Nigerians. Now, that is to tell you the atrocities. For those of you who continue to say you are inviting the military to your community, when Commander Gentle was there, all of them were living in their houses happily. Nobody challenged them, nobody disturbed them, nobody destroyed their properties, nobody stole from them. But who is stealing from them currently? It is the Nigerian military. Exactly, it is the Nigerian military. So this is to tell you, this is to inform the international community that the people fomenting evil are always the Nigerian military. The Biafran army can never go against her own people. They will always protect the people of Biafra land. The only people who will come to destroy and to steal the properties of Biafra remains the Nigerian military. And this is what this old man who was present when the Nigerian military came to destroy their properties was available. This is what he said. He said they stole all his properties. They stole all his properties. And they were asking him, where is Gentle? Where is Commander Gentle? And he asked them, is Commander Gentle the leader? And then he asked them, is Commander Gentle the leader of the Igbo people that you have in your custody? You know, and from what this man is saying, he's saying that most of the military people that came around to do these things are Igbos. You have now discovered that many of them are Igbos. So when the men of the defense forces will now be defending the land of Biafra from these people who are stooges, whose duty is to come and cause chaos in the land of Biafra, when they defend the people of Biafra against them, you would come out and be shouting, you are buying your brothers, you are buying your, without knowing that the zoo government is using them to indirectly inflict pain on you, the innocent Biafrans. We want you to understand these things. We want you to understand these things. Many of them in the villages, they understand what is happening. The men of the Biafra Liberation Army will never go to harass the innocent Biafrans. It is always the military, or they will want to, disguise themselves and commit those crimes and make you feel as though it was the men of the Biafra Navy, Biafra Defense Forces that did it, whereas they did not do anything as such. They did not do anything as such. The same thing the Nigerian government, the same tricks the Nigerian government played on our forefathers is what they want to play and what they are playing currently. Remember, during that time, they played against the people of the South. They dressed like the Biafran warriors and attacked the people of the South. And the people of the South now began to think that it was the Biafran army that attacked them. That was part of where the annoyance is coming from. Just to cause division. Just to cause division. The same thing they are doing currently. Just to cause what? Division. Be wise. Open your eyes. Open your eyes and see the truth. It is Biafra first.